Welcome to Pouring My Art Out for the Lord. My name is Debbie, and I've been doing some Advent projects. I made this journal with my Inspired Junk Journal group over on Coffee, and I really like how this turned out. I provided all the printables and stuff to the group, and we made these little Advent pockets, and there's one for each day in up to 24, 1 to 24. So 1, 2, 3. And each pocket has a like a little journaling card to do some scripture writing. We have some prompts that we're following and a tea bag. And I had planned on actually doing a tea bag and a chocolate, or at least a tea bag in each pocket, but just because of the size of the journal, it just didn't end up working for me. So I thought I would try again with a different format. So I'm still really loving this journal, and I will definitely use it through Advent, and I'm actually planning on using it again next year. I have a place to mark the years that I'm using it, and I can just put new tea bags and whatever in it. So I'm really excited about using that. But like I said, I wanted a different format that I could put other things in. So I don't have a proper container for this yet. I think I'll check the dollar store when I go. I need something that's about 3 inches wide by however long. But I decided, I had this idea to make these little tag pouches. And, oh, let me back up. I'm doing this for a design team project for the Junk Journal Studio. So I'm doing, I got 4 kits that I'm working with. So I got a kit called All Things Green, which is a bunch of papers. These are a bunch of the papers. I've already cut them into strips. I've printed them 2-sided, but there's tons of different greens, different, florals and stripes and polka dots and ledger paper and swirlies and florals and all kinds of different things. And then I also got the Faith Mega Pack, which has some green papers as well. So I mixed a couple of those in there with that. So I'll show you what I did with these in 1 second. And then I got a kit that she has called Christian Words and Phrases. And she has them in different colorways, different sizes. And I just printed out this set, cut them apart, and I'm going to use those in my project as well. So that's Christian Words and Phrases. And then I also got Christmas fussy cuts. And I printed and cut a whole bunch of these fussy cuts. They're just gorgeous images, kind of a vintage vibe on most of them, but cute, just beautiful colors. And I've got a tin here. There's a whole bunch of them in there as well, but here's just a few of them. So Christmas trees, and they're quite large. I think I may have reduced the size just a touch so they would fit on my project. So I think they're even bigger than this if you just print them out just full size. So just all these different kinds of images coordinate, with each other. There's a bunch of Santa Claus images as well. I'm not a big fan of Santa Claus myself, so I didn't print any of those out, but lots of beautiful images here as well. I love this little owl. So this is what I decided to make, and I'll show you the project, exactly how I made it, in a couple of minutes. So I just made a tag shape, which was just using these strips here, and I made a tag shape. I put gussets on the side so that I have lots of room in my pocket this time. I used one of the fussy cuts on the front and one of the Christian phrases. And then I have room to tuck in a tea bag and a chocolate. And this one I just used, I have a bunch of Michelle's label kits. I used a bunch from All Things Red. I'm using stuff from the Winter Collage and Cluster Mega Pack. So that one has a lot of nice, there's some neutrals and there's some nice like stamp images and stuff that I've been using. So those look really neat at the top too. I'll show you a couple of those. And the other one I'm using is the Fall Cluster Mega Pack. But all of Michelle's labels are great kits. You can't go wrong with any of them. She's got quite a few different label kits and they're all just fabulous. So I'm just making a little dangle here. I took 2 elements and just a piece of lace or fabric or something. And then on the back, I have a printable that I found, and I'll link this below for you as well if you'd like to look at it. It's from A Virtuous Woman. I think it says copyright 2013, so she may have done it, I guess that's about 10 years ago. But she's got for each day, she's got 25 days, she's got a prophecy and a fulfillment scripture. And that's actually what I was using, that kind of format in here, except we were doing quite extensive Bible studies for each of the days and then making an ornament to detail what we're learning from the Bible verses. So I started with this one. So this is just kind of an abbreviated form of the prophecies, but I thought that went well. So I'm going to read those scriptures and think about those each day as I open one of these. This one doesn't have a number on yet, but I do have, I'll just show you the ones I've done so far. So here's one of those little stamps I was telling you about. Fix your eyes on Jesus. Pray continually. Love is patient. Look at that image. It's just beautiful. This one is number 4. God is able. So some of them I have numbers for. Some of them I have to go a little bit hunting to see if I can find a number for each of these. But I found this number 1. This says 2 on it. King of Kings. And this one is Child of the King, number 3. And this is actually number 7. And these ones, these blank ones, I think I'm going to take them off at some point and just stamp a little Christmas image on there, but I haven't done that part yet. So I'm just putting them back in this tea box for now, but I thought this would be a really cute way to do an Advent style calendar. And like I said, I'm going to hunt for a nice container for them. And they're really simple to make, and you can put a lot of stuff into there. I could put another tea bag or a candy cane or something in there as well. So fabulous gift if you wanted to make one of these and gift it to someone. And, you know, give it your own personality. But I love the combination of the green papers, the Christmas fussy cuts, and then the scripture, the Christian words there as well. Just really all goes together well. So I'll show you how to make one. They're very easy. So I'll just grab one of my papers here. It doesn't really matter which one. Let's put those to the side. Oh, and I'll show you how to do that gusset in a minute. So just grab, how about this one? How about that one? So I just want to score 3 inches from one end. And you can kind of think if you want, you know, your pocket. I think I'll have a lace on the pocket. So I'm going to score 3 inches from that end. and then just fold that up. And then I don't need my scoreboard. And then what I want to do is make a tag shape on the top. I have an angle tag shaped punch here, but you could definitely just do those by hand as well. I have a slit punch to do the tag topper or whatever. You can also just use a circle. That would be totally fine. You don't need a big one, a big space, because we're using just a pin there. Then I'm going to use another punch, a oval punch, just to make like a thumb notch in the pocket here. Of course, you could do this any way that you like. So there's that. And then I'm just going to ink a little bit around this pocket. It's a really relaxing project because it's, I don't know, it's so satisfying just to you know, you make one tag in just a few minutes and then you have a beautiful project, and it's just kind of fun to put together the elements and see what works. And I was planning to actually make another journal, another Advent journal, and no matter which way I thought about it, I just couldn't think of a way to put this much dimension into a journal without making something really huge, and I didn't want to make something really huge, and I don't know, went back and forth, and I'm really happy with the way this came out. And then the other thing I have is just some coffee dyed paper. This is 32-pound copy paper, 2 inches wide by however long the paper is. This would be 8.5 inches by 2. So I just fold it in half lengthwise. I just do this by hand, doesn't have to be perfect. And just give that a little bit of crease, and then fold it again in half. So then we will have folded into quarters. And in my other journal, I had made a smaller gusset, but I wanted more dimension in this project, so I made this double gusset for this one. So then we have this. It's our 2-inch, and we have basically a fold every half an inch, so half, 1, 1.5. So we want to accordion fold this. So fold this side there, this side there, this side back, and then what we'll have is like a W shape like that. And that's what we're going to use for our gussets. So I'm going to open up my pocket here, and I'm just going to glue a little bit on this pocket on both sides. And then I'll take my gusset, and I want there's like 2 mountains on this side and only 1 mountain on that side. So I want the side with the 2 mountains, so this side has the 2 mountains, I want that to face out. And you want to line it up right on the edge and not quite at the bottom of where your pocket folds. Just move it a little bit up and just kind of bring it up while the glue is still wet. Make sure I've got it right on the edge where I want it. Just give that a little bit of press on there, and turn this over and cut off the excess. And that's one side. Now we have our other side. Again, the 2 mountains on the outside. Just a little bit, just like 1/8 of an inch or something away from the bottom where the fold is, just so that it folds over nice. And press that one on and trim that one off. And you can get one more gusset from the remains of that. And then I put glue on the other side of the gusset, like that, and I fold this closed, just like that. And just give that a minute to dry. I usually use my brayer, as I use my brayer for everything, just to smooth out the glue and get that nice and nice and dry. My glue takes a couple of minutes to dry, so I'm just gonna not strain that right away. Then I'm gonna look for a fussy cut that I want for the front here. And really, I mean, they just all look good. Really anxious to use this owl. I think he would look better on something else though. This is a little larger one, but I actually really like that. I really like that one. Okay, I'm gonna use that one. You can always trim them off a little bit. And I have a little bit of a white border on these, so I'm just gonna ink around the edge of the white border. And then glue that to the front. Just like that. I think I'll just leave it so that it's a little bit off on this side, and I'll just trim that off so it doesn't get bent up inside the box. And probably this side as well. Just a little bit there. That looks good. And then I have my little cards here. I'm on number 10. And this prophecy, I kind of look at the prophecy. This is called the triumphal entry, when he came into Jerusalem on the donkey. So then I just look at one of these. They don't correspond exactly, but I look at one of these phrases and just look at something that might kind of be relative to that prophecy. I mean, lots of them would fit. Tender-hearted. Journey of a lifetime. That might be good. He's journeying on the colt. I am with you always. I mean, just pick one. Just pick one. So I picked I'm with you always. I'm just going to ink up that edge. And if you don't have, you know, these exact quotes, you can make your own, or you can use something else that you have. You could even just use these labels. Which ones are my red ones here? You know, some of these smaller red ones, those would look nice just with a label. And then you could put a number there, or just even the number would look okay too. So that says, I am with you always. It's a little bit longer, so I'm going to have to put it at a little bigger slant there. Just like that. And then I'll have to maybe hunt for some numbers. I think Michelle has some numbers on her, in some of her labels, but I'll see if I can find some for that. Here's my my prophecy scriptures, and I'm just going to glue that to the back. I could have tucked it into the pocket as well. I thought about doing that, but I decided just to have a permanent place for it. I'm trying to think if I want to put another little label or something at the bottom of these. I think that would look good as well. You know, that one. Or I might just find some more Christmas images. These fussy cuts are quite large, but I could shrink those down, print 2 to a page, 4 to a page. Or I know Michelle is coming out with some more Christmas images soon, so I might just hang on and see what she's got in store there, and I may add one of those there. So there's that. And then I want a couple of dangles here. So I just have a bulb pin. And really the labels, I mean, they almost all look good on everything. So you can just pick whatever you would like. Maybe I'll do this one. I'll probably just stamp a little Christmas image or something on there at some point. I'm going to use one of these images, I think, in here. Let's see what we got. There's a little rabbit. What do you think? Rabbit. I'm with you always. Kind of goes together, doesn't it? It's a cute little sledding couple. What else do I have here? I can also use these maybe I'll use that. Just the generic, not generic, but neutral colored labels look good too. I'll just give those a little bit of an ink. And then I have a little hole punch. This is, I think it's called a 1/16 of an inch hole. It's very, very tiny. But I just put a hole, usually in the corner. Let me see how small that is. Or on anywhere in the middle, in the side, whatever. And then I just grab, I have pieces of lace, I have ribbon, I have all kinds of like green and red and lace and different things. So I'll just use this piece of red ribbon this time. So I'll just thread on the smaller label and then the piece of ribbon and then the bigger label and put that on the top like there. And again, I'll stamp something on there. And then I'll grab a tea bag. I have chocolatey peppermint herbal tea. I don't drink caffeine, so I like these herbal teas. And this one is wild sweet orange tea. So I haven't tried either one of these, so I'm anxious to try them. And a Ghirardelli, is that how you say it? Ghirardelli chocolate. So I wanted something that was flattish, so those ones fit the bill. So there you go, done. It took almost no time. I just need a number there. The number 10 is on there, so I don't even really have to, but I think I'll probably find a number there anyways. So maybe I'll just make one more. If you're good, you can just skip ahead or skip on to another video somewhere. I'm just going to make one more for you in case you want to see one more. So again, oh, that went crooked. Score at 3 inches. And if you kind of get all your stuff pulled out, it goes a lot faster. So I want to angle the top into a tag shape. I'm going to make my thumb notch here. And my top tag topper hole. And then we'll give it a bit of an ink. So you have to make, I mean, if you're doing it for Advent, this particular devotion that I got from the Virtuous Woman has 25 numbers, 25 scripture things with it. So I'm going to make 25 of these tags to go with that. You can do a different number. You can do 12 days of Christmas. You could just, do random number of 10 or something like that, whatever you want. But they are really, once you get started on them, then they're really quick to make. So this one's a tiny bit shorter, so I'm just going to put it kind of up closer to the top because that's where I really want the extra width the most. So there's that. And there's another piece. And again, you put the side with the 2 mountain tops facing out. You just want to line it up so you don't really see this from the front. could just use white paper too, or you know, just use one of your digitals but just on paper. You could use cardstock, I guess, too. I think paper is adequate for the gussets though. But you do end up seeing a little bit from the side, so you want something to coordinate. I seem to be allergic to white. I don't often like white on my projects, so I'll use coffee dyed, or if you have just white, you can just ink it a little bit. And so there's that one. And this one I can use number 11, which says betrayed by a friend. So I'm just gonna ink a little bit around that one. Glue that to the back. Again, you can customize this, you know, to whatever you would like. You know, you could, some people make an advent calendar and just have a, you know, if you have young children, you can have a little activity. You could have a little bit of a treasure hunt. You could do a song, a carol, or something like that. Lots and lots of different things that you could put on there. That car is kind of cute. Friend, friend, friend. I could use this one. A friend. I still want to use that owl soon. I will get him on there somewhere. I love this lady's hat. Maybe I'll use that one. That one really looks nice on there. They all kind of blend, but you know, sometimes one just hits you more than the other ones. And if it's a little bit larger and it's going to stick up or down, I usually just put the top a little bit over the pocket, which doesn't affect it at all. You don't want it really coming off the bottom because that's going to get squished in your box. But if it's over the top of the pocket, that doesn't affect anything at all. Then I just want to get one of these tender-hearted. I was talking about Judas betraying, so maybe tender-hearted is not the best one. How about I choose you? Because by Judas's actions, he did choose Jesus, not in a good way. But that was God's plan from the beginning. So Judas was just acting on what God had planned from the beginning. Okay, and then just I choose you there. And I got my back on, and then I just need a couple of labels or things here. And what have I got this time? I do like these blank ones. I have lots of Christmas stamps. I just haven't dug out those yet, so when I dig them out, I'll add a little stamp there. What else do I want here? Lady. You know, you can put anything, and they just look good. I just decided I didn't want lady though. Yeah. Like I said, I just love Michelle's kits, and her labels are just the best. You can print them, you know, they look good on every project. I'm not even exaggerating. And, you know, you can use them over and over again, and they just look good on everything. They just give that final touch to everything. So if you're looking for labels, I would heartily recommend checking out her labels, and she's got so many different varieties. Just grabbed a little piece of green ribbon there this time, and watch for her Christmas kit coming out. I have no idea. I haven't seen a preview or anything. I don't know what color she's going to do or anything, but I'm excited to. I think she was going to hope to have it out kind of December 1st, so that's tomorrow. depending on when you're watching this, it might have already happened. And then I'll just put in a tea bag and another chocolate. And there's another one finished. Number 11. So I've got a few more to make. I will keep going, but give this a try. It's a really fun project, and go check out the Junk Journal Studio on Etsy and see if she has anything that you want to add to your Christmas projects. Thank you for watching. Blessings.